Funk from the front seat is upon you.
You can.
Live right here, Not on the Grind TV, yo. Funketeers Ball number 9. We starting our promo early with one of the founders and creators in mind, Dr. G, founder and creator, Honey B. Love y'all. Chopper City Alliance, Julia Rigsby, Tony Cam, Chief Jackson, and all the usual suspects. We're going to be debuting some stuff down there and an exclusive live funk from the front seat from the Funketeers Ball, as well as performances. Pete Funk Radio crew, all the Funketeers from around the world, merchandise, new music, fellowship. It's all gonna be there in September. Y'all know the deal. What you said? Pete Funk Radio. We owe you something good, baby. Special guest today, Tony Cam. Start in D.C., where you at? Philly, Detroit, Jersey, New York City. Hello, Minneapolis. Swing down with me, Texas. Oh, Georgia, North and South Carolina, Virginia, Oklahoma, Michigan, Wisconsin. Woo! I'm pumped today, yo. Some stuff happened, but it's okay. New York City, Long Island, my home. I owe you something good, yo. California, Tennessee, you're the only 10 I see. Delaware, are you aware? Oh. North and South Dakota, Nevada, Las Vegas, Washington. What's up, Cindy K. Lane? How you doing, sweetie? You and your beautiful family up there. Thank you for your support. Monica in Switzerland. Loving you over there. DJ Coccolito in Italy. Thank you, sir. DJ Elizabeth, thank you for playing the music. Patty and Bootsy, of course, pumping it up. Showing that love all around the world in Africa, Dubai, Ukraine, Russia, South Pole, North Pole, Puerto Rico. Crank it up, crank it up. Brendan, Ohio, OHIO. Yeah, we coming in like this. I had to dust off the old mothership. The one that's in the garage. It still runs just fine. Tony Cam's in the house today, yo. Samoans doing the humpty hump. Tokyo, I'm Young Haseyo. China, Japan, Germany. Woo! Australia, what's up, mate? Down under, I see you, Carmen. We owe you something good. I'm feeling it today, yo. Gonna be a fun show, and we're going to definitely honor and acknowledge Martin Luther King and everything that he stood for, and talk about the youngins. Talk about how people treat each other out here in this world. Yeah, but it's okay. And said like you said you would. I owe you something good. We owe you something good, y'all. Funk from the front seat. Time to drop it down. Going down, yo. Yeah. So check this out. If you got a birthday today, shout out to all the Aries in the house. My birthday was last Friday. It was great. I dug it. That was cool. No cake, no ice cream, none of that stuff. But I did go out for tea, so that was kind of cool, my friend. And it's beautiful to understand life in such a way that you understand, the nature of why people do what they do, and also. Sorry, had to do something over there. And also why musicians continue to flock to the Frontiers Ball. It's in our nature to do what we do. So you can't change that. I got the P hat on, signed by Bootsy Collins, one of the originals back in the day. Nobody wears his hat but me. Exclusive Bootsy Collins glasses, straight from Bootsy's, hand to mine. Actually, Bootsy's hand to Patty's hand to my hand, which is just as good. So it's all about fellowship. It's all about friendship. It's all about funketeership. And all the men and women that spend countless hours behind the scenes putting this ball together just to have a 3-day fun weekend for everybody. Mark, what are you doing? Don't do that. You doing that already? All right, great. That's cool. Nah, not yet, bro. Hold up. Our producer be here. So Mark is on something today, y'all. I don't know what. Stop! Don't do that. Stop! I didn't say do that. Get that off. I'm not done yet. See, Mark was out late last night, and apparently he came in today wearing his non-producer's hat. So I don't know what that's about. So I got to find out where he was. But and it's okay. I forgive you, Mark. It's cool to know that there are places to go, and they also just had the Summer Funk Splashdown in Miami. So now there's 2 places to go. And if we keep doing these things around the world, little by little, we're changing the environment, changing the atmosphere of funk. We're keeping the funk alive, but we're not just calling it funk. It's psychedelic. It's rock. It's got a little bit of that dirt element into it, a little bit of the new age stuff, a little bit of the EDM stuff. I actually, surprise some people. And when you hear my new track coming out, you're going to hear some different beats and stuff in there because, we have to change with the times. It's all about that new funk. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my dog on, my captain, my road dog, my main guy, Tony Cam, to tell us about the new funk and the Funketeers Ball number 9. What up, Captain? Yeah, Mark, I got the production, Mark, because you're on some other shit. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know where Mark is and what he's doing, but I got it from here, Mark. I got it, bro.
He's up on my brother.
I got it. Nah, man. I got it because he's on some stuff, man. He wore a nice outfit today, but forgot how to produce.
Me and Mark.
Wait. Look. Let me show you something real quick. See, he got that on today, but he forgot how to produce.
Hey, that's okay.
All right, TC, what up, dog?
Me and Mark was out till the wee hours. We just got in about an hour ago. We went to Bimini and partied underwater last night. So that's why Mark's out of sorts today. It's my fault.
Apparently so. Apparently, what? Because I don't know what's that. What's popping? Mark was on the Dolphin.
We went to Bimini, man. We went to Bimini.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, brother? Can you hear me okay?
I know y'all do. Y'all was at #1 Bimini Road. I know. I saw it. That's right. Because Mark was tracking wet tracks when he came in this morning.
Yeah, well, see, we partied underwater, but Mark got wet. I didn't.
Yeah, bro. He got something.
What's up with you, bro?
He got something for sure. Are you on a delay or no? You good? Are you good?
Like
you on a delay or no?
It might be a delay.
Am I on a delay with you?
You are on a delay with me, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to I'll take a couple of seconds in between. How are you? How are you and your lovely family doing?
Everybody's good. Am I on a delay to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
Like about 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 3-second delay. Okay. So, and you know why though? Because you're on another planet, so you're like about 3 seconds in the future.
I really am.
Yeah.
Believe me, I visit the future often.
It's because you're operating on a number 9 and I'm at a 6 right now.
You got that right.
This is gonna be fun with
Funketeers Ball 9. What's the theme? Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
What is the theme?
All right, the theme is we're celebrating 50 years of P-Funk with Mothership Connection, Chocolate City, and Let's Take It to the Stage. And so we're coming together in September 27th, 28th weekend to celebrate these monumental. Can you imagine 50 years ago, we all got kind of sucked into this thing called the P. For some people, a little earlier than that, but for most of us, like around that 14, 15-year-old area is where we got into the P. And so those albums that came out then, the Standing on the Verge, last year we were celebrating Standing on the Verge. This year we're going to celebrate those 3 albums. We're putting together a mega band to play all the stuff which you're a part of. And we're going to do it in Bethesda like we've done for the past 8 Funketeers balls, and it's going to be more of a Funketeers weekend with a lot of festivities beginning on Thursday, running all the way through Sunday. We're going to bring everybody together and just get down, man. Am I reaching you?
I think that the fact that yes, I got you. Okay. I think, and in a minute when I show you a commercial, I'm going to go out and come back in and see if I can reboot this. But I was just going to say that I think the fact that you guys are still keeping the dream of Dr. G and Honeybee alive is a tribute and a testament, and we all should be thanking you and applauding you.
Well, yeah,
give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm going to go out and try to fix this.
Okay.
This delay, because I really want to have a good conversation.
Okay.
I'm rebooting now.
All right. I'm going to take over Zach's show while he's not on here right now. This is the Tony from the front seat right now. We're hijacking. This is a hostile takeover. We're going to move the bus and do a makeover. Let's go. Come on, Mark. Let's take this thing over, man. Just leave Zach out. Now I'm going to hijack it. Tony from the front seat.
Is that better? Is that better?
Did you hear all that I just said?
Yeah, I did. You hijacking Tony from the front seat. I heard you. I see my ship visual may go down, but I still got ears in the ship.
There's a hostile takeover. Move the bus home makeover. Let's go.
So we on real time now, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, sounds like it to me.
Okay, good. So yeah, it was on my end. We got some shout outs.
In other words, you were the problem all along. Okay?
I was the problem because I wasn't here on this planet.
You're the problem child anyway.
True that. I had to come another dimension closer.
It's all good. It's all good. It's just good to see you, my brother.
You too. I love you, bro. You got some shout outs. Chrissy's in the house.
Okay, what up? What up?
Go on, Tony, Bob, and then Cindy K. Lane is always watching, and other people that's watching that's going to chime in later. Please drop your comments, thoughts on the ball. Okay, so now we're going to do this all over. I got my dog, Captain Tony Cam's in the house. We got the delay fixing the problem, and we're really getting into promoting the ball as an inclusive event this year. Correct?
Funketeers weekend. It is called FB9, which is Funketeers Ball 9, because we want to keep that lineage going. But we're trying to make sure everybody understands that we're expanding it beyond. I mean, usually, when you come to Funketeers Ball, it's about that closing night party, and there's a big concert and all of us. But the problem is we see each other for a couple of hours, hanging out or whatever, and then people kind of go their separate ways to the separate hotels or after parties where they want to be or something. So we say, you know what? Let's start it and make it with the weekend theme and just get everybody together as early as possible that weekend, and then just hang out as much as possible. So we're gonna do everything within the Bethesda Hotel. So it's gonna be like checking in on a cruise ship. Can't go nowhere, you call your room hop, hang out, lobby or whatever. But we want everybody to spend. The ultimate goal is for everyone to spend as much quality time together as possible, and that's why we're gonna start it off on Thursday, end it on Sunday. We're gonna have festivities all throughout that, so that people, and it's nothing that you've got to set an agenda to per se, but it's going to be cool stuff going on that you can pop in and out of. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I know I heard that Robin Circle of P is going to be there. Of course, the trivia, which we're going to take back this year because they definitely jerry-rigged that shit like Trump direction, but we ain't going to talk about that because I'm still mad about that. And I want my jacket from the year before. Bro, no, I ain't letting that go, bro. No. We've been talking, me and Rob. We are not letting that. We've been plotting like the repubs on that, bro. We got an underground move, the funk movement. We go get that title back.
There will be opportunity for redemption, so don't even sweat it. It's all good.
Yes, yeah, it better be, cause we know what happened. And then all of a sudden they married. I'm like, oh.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out. Are you suggesting collusion? I don't know.
I'm suggesting I'm telling you what the street is saying.
Oh, that's what the street is saying that. Oh no. Well,
I'm from the front seat, the street. I would never suggest collusion to my beautiful sister Robin and my beautiful brother. I would never do that.
The streets is talking. That's all we're saying right now. But look,
the streets are talking, bro. We were like, oh. All jokes aside, that losing was more fun than when we was winning. I had so much fun that day, bro. For those that you don't know, we'll talk about the trivia game. Tell them, Tony, how it gets.
Oh no, it's intense, man. Especially when Jeffrey Mitchell gets involved, because Jeffrey's like, no, that ain't the right, and Al, and it's just, man, it's so much fun to see that thing go on. And a lot of times we're rushed with it because we're kind of up against a hard hour of trying to get dressed and get down the street to Bethesda Theater for the ball. So that's why we said we're doing everything in the hotel. So everything is just an elevator ride away for everybody. Run to your room real quick, freshen up, get back down, so we can do stuff for a longer period of time. I'm glad that you mentioned Robin Circle of P being there. We're doing something very unique this year. P-Funk Radio. Shout out to Keith Jackson, your station for the nation. And Keith, and I was telling, so we just did, you mentioned it earlier, we just did the spring splashdown down in Fort Lauderdale. We're going to make that an annual thing in March. Already next March, we're planning for Splashdown 2. And that was just a bunch of us deciding to kind of get together just to hang out at Robin and Anthony's house, and go to the beach or whatever. And it got picked up so much steam, it turned into 30 of us getting together from all over the country at that hotel. Danny Bedrosian and his band came in and killed it on our Saturday night closing party. And we're like, you know what? That's the model right there. All in the hotel, everybody come in, hang out, spend as much time as possible. Don't worry about too many outside activities. Just keep it all. It's just time spent, So at that thing, he came in, and I spent more time with Keith Jackson than I have in 8 years, because usually I see him at the ball and we exchange hellos or whatever. And then I'm performing or he's just emceeing or whatever. And then I don't see much of Keith. So we spent actually a couple of days just vibing by the pool and talking. I got to know him better. So I'm like, that's the thing right there. It's like time spent, quality time. So anyway, as you know right now, a lot of the shows out there on the internet and such are moving to P-Funk Radio. Robin's show is now on that on Sunday mornings. The Circle of P show is on. Funkster has a show. Gabe has a show. I think I just saw this morning on something. I think Carl Doss moving his show.
Philly Phil is coming there, right? Ain't Philly Phil coming there?
Yeah, we need to get Marvin Mink. This sounds like we're doing the Chocolate City song. Oh, I heard we just got Gary. It's like, oh,
yeah, right.
And we're trying to get Marvin Mink. It's kind of like,
and we're working on Atlanta.
That's right. We're working on Zach Robinson. So it was cool that
he's here.
That's right. That's the thing. So what we're gonna do Friday night as our Friday night opening party is going to be P-Funk Radio Live. And it's going to be all the people that you tune in throughout the week on the chat rooms and listening to the music they're playing and so forth. They're going to be right there in that room doing their stuff live in front of the people that actually listen to them. And that's going to be so cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's just one of the new things.
Yeah, it's funny, and there's a waiting list for the shows on P-Funk Radio. Okay, so
well,
no, somebody asked, Chris, like, can I have a show on P-Funk Radio? And I was like, no, there's
you and I talked about it, the value of having all that content in one location, so that we won't have to go out here and say, oh, that show was on Facebook on this link or whatever on this day or whatever. So what Keith is doing, and he's building a whole, it's like it's like P-Funk TV now. It's beginning to be like must see. You can't, just go to pfunkradio.com and just listen in. And I'm remiss right now because Keith gave me a shirt and I hadn't put it. I should have put that on today so I could be matching with you. But the next time I'll make sure I got it put out, that kind of thing. But yeah, man. So we're gonna.
Don't worry, you the captain.
Hey, I don't know, man.
I said you're the captain, so captain can dress like how he needs to dress. The crew, we gotta be in the shit.
I want to be in the cool club too, though. I want to be with the cool kids. I want to sit at the cool table too. Sometimes the boss don't get love because everybody doing the cool stuff when the boss leave the room. I don't like that.
Right.
Keep me in the room. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I don't want to get a sidetrack, but we having fun. It just reminded me of what Eddie Murphy said in the movie Beverly Hills Cop when he said the boss got it. Yeah, y'all can have this. He said, but the boss's thing got it. I can't go into detail, but it was funny. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Exactly right.
Right. So the inclusiveness of it. I know you guys were trying to put this in motion even before last year's. And I think I'm so glad that a lot of people, will probably be really happy about it because it should for sure help increase all the ticket sales because people will feel like you said, it's a land cruise. So if you can go on a land cruise without going here, going there, going here, going there, right? You kind of feel like a little bit more special than being in a big open concert venue, right? Which is cool, but to switch it up, right? It'll add a little bit more flavor to it, and also I believe people will get to socialize more, like you said, have dinner together or go outside or whatever, or walk or whatever, or just be in that environment like that, as opposed to coming from different hotels and things like that to the event and then hanging out in the lobby for a few minutes. There'll be a lot more photo opportunities, banners and things to take pictures under. So, man, I definitely am so glad to, and very humbled and grateful to be, a little part of it. And, just be around all my family up there, man. I miss y'all. I love y'all, bro. We got a spot that you did. Mark, go ahead and run that spot, please, sir. For all our Funketeers out there watching, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Christy, Cindy, and everybody else there putting on the shenanigans. We love you. Boo. No, you can't. You so funny. Everybody's a comedian.
Right.
Ohio's in the house. Everybody's a comedian.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yes, sir, Mark. We ready, bro. Go ahead and run that.
Ridgely, myself, and the Chocolate City Alliance announcing Funketeers Ball 9 weekend. This September 25th through the 28th in Bethesda, Maryland. This year, we're going to do everything within the hotel. It's going to be a whole weekend of festivities. On Friday, we've got the meet and greet, followed by the P-Funk Radio Friday night stress relief party. It's going to be going on, hosted by Keith Jackson, and he's going to have a bunch of P-Funk Radio personalities in the house going live with you. And also there's going to be some live performances from some artists that you hear on P-Funk Radio all the time. And then on Saturday, we're going to start the day off with a nice breakfast, but then we're going to kick it right into, we've got some trivia going on. We've got lyrically correct game P-Funk edition that we're going to be doing for you, Jeffrey Mitchell. Also, we've got Zach number 9 is going to be going live with his Funk from the Front Seat. We're going to have some commentary and interviews involving the P and all of that. And then we're going to have a day party in the afternoon where there's going to be some jamming, live jam session, P-Funk karaoke, DJ, all that's going on. Then you can go get some rest, take a nap, eat some dinner, whatever you got to do. And then we're going to have the big closing night party in the main ballroom at the hotel, featuring the FB9 All-Star Band. You have to look up who's in it. A bunch of people we're all coming together to bring y'all a musical salute to 50 years of Chocolate City, Mothership Connection, and Let's Take It to the Stage albums. You don't want to miss any of that. And then we're going to follow that with a DJ party after the band plays. And then Sunday, we're going to get up to our worship stuff, maybe have some Circle of P time, and then everybody get on their way. So look, get your tickets right now. It's a limited number. We're a smaller venue than we're used to at Bethesda Blues and Jazz Club, so don't wait around too long. $100 ticket for the whole weekend. It covers all the festivities for the weekend. Just one ticket, and then all you got to do is come, get your overnight room rate at the hotel, the Bethesda Hotel. The links are all everywhere on funketeersball.com. Just go there. It has the itinerary broken out of what's going to happen each day, and you can get your tickets. And we can't wait to see you guys in September. Dr. G, the funk continues, and we'll see you guys keeping the funk alive. Funketeers Ball 9.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. That's a cool dude that did that promo right there. That's what's up.
Yo, man, I don't know that guy, but I know he's related to the other guy. And I heard that whole family, they just work so hard. They just never take a day off. They make us all look bad. And, we just like, little pieces of fuzz because every time you turn around, they got this, that, and the third. And we love those people because let me tell you, y'all keep us motivated. So kudos to that guy. Kudos to the captain.
It's a circle, man. It's a circle. Like that's why we love Robin Circle of P. It is a continuous circle. We're all keeping it going. There's no one person. It takes if you take one little piece out of it, the circle is broken. So hey, may the circle be unbroken. And you know,
and I tell you a quick story. I want to share something with you. Mark, do you have his track ready or no? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, no. I'm talking in the back. Mark.
Oh, okay.
You got that? Okay, not yet. If you got it, let me know in the private chat. But I wanted to share something with my audience that people don't know. When I was coming off my surgery, right, really bad, and I had $60 in my pocket, and true story, and I didn't have a room, I didn't have a ticket. So Donna Sneed said, listen, if you can make it, I'll buy your ticket. And David Brooks said, if you can make it, you can stay in the room with me, right? So I I had no toll money or nothing, man. I was like, yeah, right? Now, literally, I had a brace and everything on, right? And I had heard about the 2 that I missed, and I was so pissed off because every time there was one, I was having a surgery. So I go there, met everybody, had a great time, met Keith Jackson and B that night, and gave B my CD, Revolution. And then the rest is history, right? And then during COVID, Keith Jackson, I called Kevin first. Keith Jackson was the second person I called and asked him about how to do a podcast and talk to him about it, as well as Mark Lee. But I asked Keith about, you think it would work? I don't want to step on your business, the time. I know you got Saturday night. I know Funkster got this, Gabe got Wednesday. I said, so I'm going to try to do a Saturday morning. Do you mind? And he was like, yo, man, just do you. He was so supportive. So a lot of people don't know that, but when you say P-Funk Radio, it goes deeper than the music that you hear. I actually love that family and his brother, because when I called him, that's why I had to double back and get back to B's, homegoing, because we had the ball. And then the next week I went back, for that, because I had to be there, because that's how much that brother means to me, man. And it's now, here we are, almost May will be 5 years. So that's like, I'm like, what a blessing, man. I met you, saw you for the first time there. Man, I was like, I got to play with that dude.
Now look at us. Look at us now, man.
Had to, bro.
That's amazing.
Look at us now.
It's amazing. It's amazing what that event.
So let me ask you, what else you got new music-wise? What else do you have music-wise, some new music that you have?
Well, I just released the joint called I Want to Be Where You Are, which is a remake, a cover of Jackson 5's. I don't know if you remember that. Can it be I stayed away too long? Well, my voice I couldn't get that little Michael Jackson voice, so I had to remix it in a more funky way and put a little bit of a D'Angelo spin on it or something, But it's doing pretty well out there in the world right now.
Well,
you ready to play that joint?
Well, let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah, let's play this joint. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, well, all right. You tuned in to station NEWFUNK. This that new funk coming at you. LLTG, long live the groove. Yeah, let me talk to him for a minute, right here. Can it be I stayed away too long? Did I leave your mind when I was gone? It's not my thing trying to get back. This time let me tell you where I'm at. You don't have to worry, 'cause I'm coming back to where I should have always stayed. And now I know the meaning to our story.
I like that.
And it's enough love for me to steer. Hey, I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be Hey, check it out right here. Listen. Please don't close the door to our future. There's so many things that we haven't tried. And I will love you better than I used to. And give you all the love that I got inside. Talk to him real quick for me now. Yeah. Play some more. Keep going. That's right. Said I really wanna be. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be. Said I gotta be. I wanna be. Said I wanna be. I wanna be. I got to be. I wanna be where you are. I gotta be. Hey Jordan, talk to him a little bit.
So close that I can see your shadow. Just wanna live up in your royal castle. Spending large amounts of data, never taxing your cash flow. I know you ain't about that life, anything that ain't impactful. In fact, I'd rather stay where you are, cause it's supernatural. See you in your kingdom first, say nothing can be that though. All pay for with one price. Hey, someone go tell Fat Joe. It's a J5 kind of vibe, ride the beat like Gato. Okay, Williams catching smoke, cause no one want that boy to tattoo. We outside 100% while the inner spirit that's so they gon' like the way we glide all over top of the track. We on the rise like in the prize, stay searching for a plateau. Let me put you on game while they playing tic-tac-toe. So, where you wanna go? Your red flags high, checkpoints low. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo. Well, if you don't know, now you know. I really wanna be. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be. I wanna be. Said I really wanna be. I wanna be where you are. Yeah. I wanna be where you are. I gotta be. I wanna be where you are. Wow. Dude.
Yo,
I didn't know
man.
I didn't know you were gonna play the whole song, man. That took up 5 minutes of your show.
That's worth 5 minutes. Are you kidding me? Like, just to break some new funk down and let people know what you're working on besides all the other things that you do. You know, it's like, it's mad cool to hear new music and listen to it. I personally, like, you know, love it when we're all kind of, you know, doing this thing, but it's all different music. And you get a chance to hear everybody's personal, you know, flavor with how we trying to keep the funk alive like they want us to. But yeah, I love that, man. I listen to it. I bang all your stuff. Hey, Shorty, in my car when I'm working, I bang all your Hey, Shorty.
I appreciate it. You
hey,
know,
it's in my playlist.
It's in your playlist. That's what's up, man. No, it's kind of cool, man. I'll be riding around sometime and on Spotify lists or something, just listening to somebody else's station, and one of my joints will pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. You know, cause it's kind of like
right.
If you've never had like your art or your music or something played publicly on stuff, it's an awesome feeling when you hear it.
because you think, okay,
Yeah.
I made this thing and maybe no one's gonna like it but me, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm an artist. And the painting might just sit on my wall. But then when you get people comment and people buy it and download it and put it in their playlist, and then God forbid you walk into a party somewhere and the DJ has it on and the dance floor is jumping. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what's up? Who is that? You know.
Yeah.
So I had that happen before too here in my little town. You know, we'll go to a party or something and the DJ would throw on Tell Me or one of them jumps and it'd be going and they'd be like, who is that? Who is that? They'd be right beside me like, oh man, who is that? Who is that? I'm like, dude, that's me. They're like, no man, come on for real. Who is that? Y'all don't think I can make us?
It is.
It's cool.
I was gonna say it's cool, and sometimes you know we just forget that how to enjoy it, you know, because we're always like, oh, what's next, you know? So it's always good as an artist, go back and revisit your very first stuff, man. And I do that every now and then, just to see, you know, thank God of the progress and the gifts. Yo, man. Real quick, I got to shout some people out, and then I want to ask you a couple of questions, man. You got some time to hang out with us?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. Okay, JTRP, of course, P-Funk Radio. Gabe Gonzalez, of course, Wednesday night, #1 show, pumping and funking like that. You know, Robin Circle of P, of course, on Sundays. Larry Funks and Jones on Saturdays. Philly Phil, I know he be doing his thing on Tuesdays. And Bootsy and Patty up in Ohio. And Brenda, I love you. HJ Entertainment, Kane and Jams. Christy up there, I love you. I'm feeling y'all. Tony Cam, the Funk All-Stars. Napier Funk Army. Oak City Music Collective. Afterglow 92416. Q&A Entertainment. Brooke Clagett. My Funk Angel over there in DC. I'm feeling y'all. Patricia Dioria, Curtis Wilcox, and George the Funk Vinci. And stay tuned for something Curtis is bringing back at me. He just asked me for some new pics, so I know he's making them something crazy. And thank you guys for always doing all this beautiful scenery and the backdrop here at the studio. Dr. Brookenstein, I love you, bro. Of course, Cocalino and David Webb. Funk Chronicles, and you know we working to try to get your thing to the P-Funk thing too, and that'd be dope up in Ohio. Thank you for putting us in the Funk Hall of Fame, you know, and all the good stuff you do, and we ain't gonna ever forget about you because you are definitely one of the premier places where people can go and find stuff from Bootsy, from Boogie Munson, from Gary Scheider, from James Brown, from Lakeside, from War, from Slave, from Isley Brothers, you know, from the Napier Funk Army and people like that. So what you do over there, bro, is unsung. We don't forget it. We know, and we keep it popping for you. And everybody else is tuning in. Thank you. We love you guys. You know, please comment every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tony Cam. Okay. You just received a really cool award. And did a really cool interview. So tell us a little bit about that.
You're talking about the here in the city, my city?
Yes, in your city, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I saw it.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Lottie Payne Award. Yeah, that was cool to be recognized by the city where I'm at, you know, the community. It gave me like it's like a lifetime achievement award or something. I'm like, wait a minute, don't give me that yet.
Yeah, man.
But you know, it's cool, man, to get them flowers while you're around. And shout out to Michelin Hall, who's a good friend of mine who's on the committee and stuff at the we have a local arts academy. And for years and years and years, man, for probably over 3 decades, I've just been doing stuff in this town, in this city, this area. Just promoting different things, man, trying to keep arts alive, trying to keep music alive in general, and especially funk. And so, yeah, to be, I didn't see it coming either. I was just doing my thing. And then, you know, it was like, boom, we want to give you this award. And I'm like, huh, you know, so, and, but I have it right at my desk. So the first thing in the morning when I power up the laptop, it's right there. So it reminds me of, not to rest on my laurels, you know, I got to do more. You know, it's not a thank you for your service kind of an award, you know. It's kind of like more like, man, can you do something else? You know, that's the way I look at it. So yeah, but that was very awesome.
That's what I had to.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. And see, as a business, you know, entrepreneur, as well as setting the example that you and Jackie said, with your both of your businesses in the music game, as well as an entertainer, an artist, as well as a Black entertainer and artist. That award it means to us a lot, because we see it as all those things I just mentioned, not just the one thing. Yeah. And that's what keeps people like myself going and being inspired, because it means more. You know what I mean? When I can be like, yo, I could call this dude and he's getting awards, that kind of thing. Because you always are so grounded and down to earth, when it comes to just how you approach everything, man. And see, that's something in the business that I try to implore on young people, like, keep your ego for the stage, but be who you are, be genuine. If you fire, be fire. If you that, be that. Don't, whatever it is, don't be a phony about it. Some people are just wired, high end. I'm high strung. I'm wired that way, but I ain't phony about it. Everybody around me knows it's what you got to get. I be in your backseat bouncing off the wall while we driving. Like that's what you got to get.
True, all truth. I can't wait till the book comes out.
Yo.
The book gonna have some shiggity in it. I'm just telling you that right now.
Yes, for shiggity is gonna have some for shiggity in it. For sure, man.
Yeah, man. But it's all good, man. There's a whole bunch of out here, man, doing our thing to keep not just funk alive, music, live music, the stuff that, and you're instrumental too. What we're doing with the School of Funk, where we got the kids.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Ages 10 to 17 actually in the band. I told somebody that we're getting ready to do a show next Saturday, and I was talking to an interviewer from the news this week that's going to be a feature coming next week about she hadn't heard of the School of Funk yet. And I'm like, well, I'm going to hip you to it. And it's kind of like, the fact that we've got these kids actually in the band, they're performing with us. But it's not a far-fetched idea. I mean, when you look back at Funkadelic, I mean, them guys was teenagers, man. Billy Bass, Nelson, and Eddie Hayes, all them guys, when they first started the Funkadelic thing back in the day, they were teenagers. So
yeah, Mike came in at 17, yeah.
Having a 15-year-old guitar player on our band and a 13-year-old bass player and a 14-year-old drummer and stuff like that should not be oh my God moment. It should be, oh good. That's when it's supposed to be starting to play live shows. How else are you going to know if that's something you want to do the rest of your life? We all established that early teen sets the foundation, man, for what you're going to do in life, man. What you get consumed by at that 14, 15-year-old. That's why many of us are mothership connected, because the mothership landed at our record stores when we was 15 years old, and it planted that foundation and that seed. So to give these youngins, man, a chance to experience live performing, studio recording, behind the scenes, setting up, load in, sound check, dressing room, do the show. After the show, you got to wrap cables up and load equipment into dirty vans and stuff and go on to the next thing. We want them to experience all of that. So you're instrumental in that. I appreciate you, because you take your time. You fly in on your ship from where you are to here and drop some nuggets. And we're keeping that thing going. I got a big summer plan for the School of Funk project. In fact, a couple of kids just messaged me this morning. Yo, when we rehearsing? I love it. These are like 11, 12-year-olds. Are like, I'm not rehearsing enough for them. And I think it's awesome. I'm like, yeah, stay on.
Because that when you at that young, you just sleep with your instrument and wake up with it and just sleep with it. You just want to play all the time.
That's it.
Yeah, man. And Bootsy and Patty was also very supportive as well. The Club Funketeers of Bootsy and Patty with the
Good.
Kids of Funk, because I mentioned that to them, and they said, hey, because Bootsy's so cool. He's like, whatever it is, just doing it. Just keep doing it, because they know it's only so many of us left.
That's true. But you got to,
we're the gatekeepers.
You got to get new ones coming along. You got to keep new ones coming along.
Yeah, we're the gatekeepers.
Yeah, that's the reason why I work with a lot of the young artists on my records. When I put out something, it may have an old school feel and sound to it, but I always manage to interject a younger. And when I say younger, I'm not necessarily saying 20-year-olds. For me, I'm 65, so younger is somebody that's 40 is younger for me. And that's a whole nother generation. That's why you hear Jordan on the song that I just did. He threw that rap on there, and I didn't even know. When the first time I heard it, I was like, who was that? He was like, that's me. And I'm like, and he's 40 in his 40s. So the key thing, man, is to have relatable music.
Yeah.
Still has elements of today's musicians and stuff in it, because a lot of the stuff like the trap music and stuff that I dig a lot of it, but a lot of my contemporaries, like, it doesn't reach them. So you got to put out a music that, first of all, today's generation don't dance to nothing. It's
right.
Like, a groove don't mean nothing. They want to know what are the lyrics, what's the hook, And so, but our generation, we need a groove. We want to party. We want to dance. We want to get out on that floor. And if you can give them something that grooves like that, but then you throw a little young element on there, it's like, oh, okay. But then you kind of making that bridge to say, check out that feature artist got some stuff too. And then, so I think it's valuable to cross-pollinate all that stuff, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
First one to the egg. It's like we gotta keep fertilizing the egg, bro.
Got to, man. You got to.
Bro. Gotta keep, as we say in the studio, we gotta keep peeing on it. Because that's what they taught us. Because the legacy, no matter what the other part of it is, but the legacy of the music is what drives independent artists that's into funk. We don't care about the other stuff because the other stuff really wasn't none of our business. And the effects that it has had on others and everything else, we pray and we just keep that in mind. But there's nothing to be glorified there because there's nothing to be gained from that. So rather than do that, I think the way you, I, and others, Terry, and this and that, we're like, listen, we got the music. Y'all deal with that. We'll just keep trying to that because that needs to be done too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel wholeheartedly. We talk amongst ourselves. I know, but see, again, all we can do is just pray about it and keep doing what we do. That's why the Kids of Funk is so cool because it reminds us that we all started this for fun as kids.
Right.
Not getting paid anything, getting a cup of Kool-Aid at a party.
Right.
And a cupcake.
Absolutely.
And a cupcake.
You're absolutely right. Because I remember when we were teenagers and we had our first group, the Turnkey Audio Disco Star Show, and we were rocking parties. It was a 4-piece of us with a DJ, and we just went play P-Funk music. And we had the little plastic flashlights. Remember when flashlight came out and they had the we would rock the parties with goggles and blonde wigs and all that kind of stuff, man. And I don't remember ever getting paid a dime to do that stuff now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, but we didn't care, man. We just couldn't wait till the following weekend when we could
wait to play
and go somewhere and rock a party again.
I remember my very first gig, 5th grade. Me, Nathan King, Larry Stallworth, and I think his brother Edie Stallworth played bass. Larry sang. Nathan played guitar and I played drums. I couldn't play anything, bro. I could play, but we played for a case of cream Shasta soda. I'll never, and I hate it. The teachers say here, I'll never forget it. My very first gig, I played for a case of warm cream Shasta soda.
And you never
And
forgot
was
it.
happy. It was,
You
I
never
never
forgot
forgot it. Because the thrill of
Right.
seeing those young fifth graders out there. We was rocking the Beatles, bro. We had the
Right.
Beatles wigs on. I was
Now-
like, oh,
Now,
this, I'm
here's-
home.
Okay, so here's my question to you. That's a very vivid memory for you, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you start thinking about shows that you have done, how many of the ones that you got paid money for come up in the fond memories? Like that one. That one's probably your fondest memory. Wasn't about
Right,
anything
right.
funny. It was warm, not even a cold soda. It was a warm Shasta.
Warm
soda. But
Shasta.
that
Because it was the
memory-
end of the year party.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that
the end of the year party
yeah. See,
for
that
fifth
memory
grade.
right
I'll
there
never
stands
forget it.
out. That stands
never
out
forget
to
it.
you more than any gig that you ever made money at. So
Mm,
yeah, money's important, but it's not everything, man. And-
It's not.
and we have to approach
not.
stuff that way. At least that's the way I approach it, And I mean, I've lost
Yeah.
some money putting on things, but I understand like it's experiences. You can put your money into a lot of things. Like I have friends of mine say, man, you paying to have an event and had a band play and you going there. I'm like, dude, you play golf on the weekends? And yeah. How much you spending on golf fees? You got a membership, you got clubs, you got whatever. I prefer to spend my money on a stage singing lyrics and stuff and making people feel good and stuff. So it's all relative to what you want to look at, as to what if it's about money or finances or whatever. I don't like to let money stand in the way of a great experience.
Yeah.
You can make some more
yeah.
money. How many memories can you make?
Yeah. And again, we all know, and shout out to Sonia Murphy. We love you down in Texas, man. We with you, boo.
Is Sonia Murphy on the thread? Is she on the thread right now?
No, she's not, but she sometimes watches later.
Okay.
But I make sure we
love Sonia Murphy.
Yeah, make sure we show her some love. But when it comes down to what you just said about that is so true, because like now for me, like, money comes, money goes or whatever, but the legacy of leaving quality songs and quality performances and stuff, I think is where we all are as independent artists. And yeah. I take it very seriously. I know you take your craft very seriously. And I think if you're in the business, you should take it very seriously, because it could be gone within the blink of an eye.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
that.
Mm-hmm.
A car ride home, a misstep here, a stray whatever drunk driver there, Right. So yeah. I feel sorry for people that can't see that, and sometimes when you try, you want to lead by example. So that's what you do, and we really appreciate that, man. We really appreciate that. Mr. Mark Lee, I know you back there trying to recover. Are you sober enough to come on now? I want to show off your dashiki, bro. That was looking good.
Sober enough.
I was trying to tell you. Yeah, man. I told Mark, yo, man, that looks dope.
Where you at, Marco?
We'll find him. Hold on.
I'm here. What y'all got? I hear y'all
you really did do that to him last night.
Talking junk the whole time, talking junk to me, talking junk about being all of the different planets and everything like that. Yeah, that's I was trying to visit Venus. It seemed like it was a fun planet. That's where all the ladies were and everything. So none but that told me to get on the ship. So I was trying to visit Venus and everything like that. But I think I was on the wrong ship.
Well, Mark, I just want to say, and a lot of people probably don't even know.
Zach are.
Zach probably don't even know this, that Mark has. I'm eagerly awaiting Mark's new book coming out, and it's called "And Things of That Nature."
And things of that nature.
And we can't wait for it to come out. I want to put my bid in to be the first copy of it. By Mark Lee.
Well, Mark has something to really tell you. He actually recently became a published author.
I am a published author. I was a published author with my friend Brian Shulman. So it's Voice Your Vibes, and I am a part of a book of folks that are sharing the journey and the recovery that they went through during the COVID period and all along those lines. So I am one of several authors, but we are sharing our journey. And actually, you fit in the theme, as does Zach, because the chapter that I wrote was about the soul family and how it's good to have your natural family. And I know you're very close to your wife Tony and the other members of your family as well, but it's about how a lot of times we have that family, because as Zach knows, I'm close to my own family, but I have people that I consider brothers and sisters that are not born into my family, meaning we don't share the same bloodline, but we are soul ties and soul family. So that is what my particular chapter is about, is how we all are fortunate if we are able to find, and I've heard Zach talk before about our tribe and sharing our tribe and everything like that. That's what the chapter is about.
Wow. So that book is out now?
Yeah, man. He came off.
Oh, you got to send me the link, man. You got to send me the link.
I would definitely send you the link.
It's on Amazon.
Yep.
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
So basically what he's saying is I get all the credit because it was all because of me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, everything.
What can I say?
Zach. We know that everything centers around Zach. That's what the whole world is, and everything.
As it should.
Yeah.
As it should.
Yeah, everything centers around Zach.
Right.
Yo, bro, I love you for that, man. I'm hugging you for that, because when you told me that, I was so happy for you, bro. I was so happy. Yeah, man. He's a published author, bro.
I love it, and I love the dashiki.
This is what it's about.
I love the dashiki, by the way.
Thank you.
Yo, I tried to tell him, bro. Right? That's tight. That's tight. Yeah. And speaking of that, we're going to transition. And Mark, you stay on. And please bring up the photo of Martin Luther King, please.
I will get the photo of Martin Luther King. I will also get to you the image of the video of Martin Luther King as well. So if y'all will sit there.
Yeah. I want to get that one photo because obviously April 4th was a weird day. And we ain't going to spend too much time to dwell on it. But the reason being, I just want to talk about how we're doing positive things here as three Black men, and Martin Luther King probably would be proud of everything that, you guys are doing, maybe myself included. So I think that's important for people to see how that happened, but here we are still, doing some stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
For the right reasons.
Doing things for the right reason. There is Dr. King right there, and people honoring the life and legacy of the great Dr. King and everything.
Awesome.
Tony, your thoughts real quick.
On what? If Martin Luther King would be proud of what we're doing?
Kind of like, yeah, because April 4th was the anniversary of his assassination.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah. Yeah, man, I think, we obviously, when we look around right now, we see that there's still a whole lot of work to be done. Mm-hmm. And it probably always will be, because human nature is human nature. I tend to spend more time focusing on the resiliency of the human spirit. Okay. How, regardless of anything that's going on or what's happening around us, a lot of things are not in our control. Most things are not in our control. But we still find a way to just have hope and a feeling that, oh, well, if we stick with this or just take the next minute, take a step, take another step, that'll lead to an hour, lead to days, lead to months. We're going to still be here and we're going to still keep going. So, no, I tend to, I'm optimistic that way. And it's kind of like an attitude with myself that, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff is happening and we can't fix all the problems of the world. We can't engineer, race relations, basically. It's got to be that thing. Like each individual person has to, whatever they're feeling is legitimate to them. So you're not going to change it. You know, if you feel a certain, it's just like funk music or whatever. If you feel a certain way about the P-Funk, where it originated, who owns it, who has the keys to the ship, and all that kind of stuff. And if I feel a different way, it really doesn't matter because you know you're going to stick with. If your opinion is valid to you, I'm not going to change it. So why spend time with that? Let's just do what we do, create what we create. Hopefully, the world benefits from our being here. You know, the lasting impression that you want somebody like a Martin Luther King, you know, the lasting impression of your people of all races and ages and walks of life can drop that name and you already know the spirit that it's intended, you know, and there's statues and monuments and so forth and so on. So I think we all should just strive to leave not necessarily live our lives to leave a legacy, but we should live our lives in a way that it does leave a legacy.
Amen.
Whether we try to or not, you know, live the good life, man, and let the legacy stand for itself. You know, that's just my thoughts on it.
Very well said, man. And I tell you, we don't need to say anything else about that because you pretty much said it all. And I appreciate that because, you know, it's coming from the heart of the heart, you know, and thank you for that, Mark. And I got to tell you, just be able to sit here with you brothers right now and talk about this in a positive way and talk about things that we're doing and planning as opposed to things that happen means that, you know, we've overcome some of that nonsense. You know what I mean? And like you said, we're just going to keep it going, keep it moving forward. I personally, you know, keep this part, and I just went to a town hall yesterday about rezoning and this and that. So I stay active in the community that way for me. And that's my father's legacy. And then for my own, it's the music, you know. So, and as a father, of course, you know, 3 kids, you know, and also a Funketeer, a Club Funketeer ambassador vice president. This is why I'm very serious. And this is why I don't only represent myself when I'm out doing what I do. I represent Bootsy Collins. I represent Patty Collins. I represent you. I represent all the Funketeers, P-Funk Radio, Keith Jackson. There are a lot of people far better than me that have graced what they do. And that's why I take it to a spiritual level. And I think some of that comes from what I learned about this man, you know, and always, you know, looking a certain way. And you never saw him slovenly looking. Even when he was getting beat down, he had a tie. You know what I'm saying? He getting beat in his head. And these are funny pictures. I was like, damn, the brother's hat didn't even come off. He had a tie and he got blood coming out, getting beat down. He was still clean. You know, I respect that. I respect that. So, Mark, real quick, your thoughts, and then let's get out of here. In another 5 minutes. You know, we want to thank Tony Cam, give him the last word. He can talk a little bit more about the ball. You know, and I want to run his promo one more time. We'll end with that and then get out with a song.
No problem. As a historian and a journalist, because that's part of what my duties are in life and everything, a historian here at Haiti and a journalist by trade and everything like that. And by education, I do know that there is a notion that if you don't learn from your history, you are doomed to repeat it. So I do think that we do need to understand the fight that he was having and that some of those issues are still relevant to today. And if they are relevant to today, there is a word that I know is very dear to your heart, Zach. It's called empathy, and you got to have empathy for various people. And I try to be an empath and have empathy on a lot of things and everything in that space. But we've also got to understand that a lot of the issues that he was fighting for, whether it was injustice in education, the school to the prison pipeline, or gentrification, or a number of other issues, are still out there. And in some cases, they are even being brought back to the forefront because some people don't want to understand that the critical race theory is nothing but really history and all along those lines. And, as one of the speakers, because I did watch the thing that you were at in person online, as one of the speakers said, I want to be woke, meaning that I want to be awake. And some people try to make it a negative word and all along those lines. So you definitely have to understand that some of these things have been tried to be turned on their heels and not be given the true meaning and the true definitions of what they need to have and all along those lines. So I would urge people to study their history, but also learn from the mistakes of the past and not try to dwell in the past, but to try to move forward as well, because I do think that we have to be forward thinking and definitely have to look at the future. Even though I don't have kids, I do have my nephews, and there are kids that I find very dear in my life and everything, and I want them to have an even better life than I've had and everything like that. So I think that there are things that we can do to improve, including trying to make sure that people have a loving spirit. And that's one of the things that I love about both you, Zach, and you, Tony, is y'all have that kind of spirit of being willing to sometimes forgive people, but also look at their lives and try to find the good in all people, because we can all make mistakes and everything like that. But y'all both have another word that is very dear to my thoughts and everything, and that's the word of compassion. So let's all go out there, understand that there are things that we can work to change and try to change for the better, but also have those two important elements, which are compassion and empathy.
Well said, bro.
Bravo.
Well said, bro.
Yeah.
So let's give Tony the last word on the big screen, then come back with his video, and then maybe end with United We Stand or something like that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Funk on the Front Seat, Not on the Grind TV. I got to get out and see what the world is doing, and see how many Funketeers I can sign up for the Funketeers Ball, which is going to be in September. And what are those dates again, sir?
February. Hey, I'm listening to Mark. He got me on Black History Month now. September 27th, 28th. That's the Friday, Saturday. We're taking it from the 25th. Actually, it's the 26th, 27th. Yeah, 25th through the 28th. That weekend, carve that out in your pantheon of traveling and all that stuff like that. But something you just said is a key thing is people need to get their registrations done. Like, let's not wait, too long. It's one inclusive price. We got one ticket that covers everything for the whole weekend. It's $100 ticket. That's all you got to pay to have to attend all the events. All of this. It was like going to a family reunion. You send in your money for your family. And all y'all go, and all this stuff is included. You just got to buy your own food and bar drinks or whatever. But the $100 a ticket covers is what we need, to make it all. It's not a money-making venture for anybody. It's basically there are expenses attached to ballroom rentals and band performances and getting acts and stuff like that. So it's basically about everybody just kind of chipping in to make this thing happen that we all know and love. So we need smaller numbers this time. I mean, we used to wish for 400 and 500 people at Bethesda, Blues and Jazz Club, but we're in a ballroom that was going to be 50 to 100 people. So, it won't take large numbers. It's definitely quality over quantity. We want to get the quality people, the people that want to be there, that want to hang out, that want to contribute and keep this thing going. Just like Jeffrey Mitchell, I watch him a lot, in his talks where he's walking. But we say in New York, he's walking and talking. And he's walking down the street, and he's always talking about doing his part. And he always mentions that is like, at some point, I've got to figure out how to do my part to keep this movement going. And that's all it is. It's just all of us saying, you know what? You got to support the thing that you love, to do. And it takes a whole lot of us to keep that thing going. It is a circle, So, so I would just say, hey, everybody, don't wait too late or whatever. Just going out there now, because when we get to a certain number of tickets, so we're going to have to cap it because we won't have space. So don't wait until like the week before and say, yeah, man, me and my whole crew come. I'm like, no, sorry, man. Like y'all gonna be outside in the parking lot partying because the ballroom is full. So, but let's just
probably
it'll
spill over
spill over, man. So we want to keep this thing going. You know, Dr. G, this is a legacy for him. You know, him and Honeybee, like you said, and the early people. I'm a newcomer to Chocolate City Alliance, and really now the alliance is Joy Ridgely and myself, and then everybody that pitches in to give a hand. You know, so it's not accolades should not go to one or two people or anything like that. It takes all of us, you know, to pull off anything like that.
Yeah, it takes a village.
We want to keep that going. So, you know, I look forward to seeing everybody. You know, funkatiersball.com. Everything is right there. The hotel link, the itinerary for the weekend, what we're going to do. We're adding stuff as we're sitting here talking about. Zach and I just added a cool event yesterday, and we'll tell y'all more about it as we start fleshing it out. But we want to just have a fun-filled weekend. Everybody, by the time you leave on Sunday, we want y'all to be able to say, "Dang, I'm so tired of being around that dude. I've been around him for 72 hours. I'm ready to go back home." So that's what we want. So funkatiersball.com, FB9, go there, get your tickets, and book your flights, get your hotel room, and let's get ready to have some fun in September.
Hey, this is Keith Jackson with P-Funk Radio, inviting you to check out my brother Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat. Saturdays, 12 noon on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the West Coast. It all happens on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube. Great guest, great conversation each.
You know, it's however you feel, but you just have to fit it between that space, that little space that you got, which is one. You know, one. You know, one. And then you would try to fit your different notes, but you felt in between it, like, you know, and that's the funk. You know, you know, and you can change that. You know, and that's the funk.
The funk is the power of the one.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I got a big announcement to make. Joy Ridgely, myself, and the Chocolate City Alliance announcing Funkatiersball Ball 9 weekend. This September 25th through the 28th in Bethesda, Maryland. This year, we're going to do everything within the hotel. It's going to be a whole weekend of festivities. On Friday, we've got the meet and greet, followed by the P-Funk Radio Friday night stress relief party. It's going to be going on, hosted by Keith Jackson, and he's going to have a bunch of P-Funk Radio personalities in the house going live with you. And also there's going to be some live performances from some artists that you hear on P-Funk Radio all the time. And then on Saturday, we're going to start the day off with a nice breakfast, but then we're going to kick it right into, we've got some trivia going on. We've got lyrically correct game P-Funk edition that we're going to be doing for you, Jeffrey Mitchell. Also, we've got Zach number 9 is going to be going live with his Funk from the Front Seat. We're going to have some commentary and interviews involving the P and all of that. And then we're going to have a day party in the afternoon where there's going to be some jamming, live jam session, P-Funk karaoke, DJ, all that's going on. Then you can go get some rest, take a nap, eat some dinner, whatever you got to do, and then we're going to have the big closing night party in the main ballroom at the hotel, featuring the FB9 All-Star Band. You have to look up who's in it. A bunch of people you know. We're all coming together to bring y'all a musical salute to 50 years of Chocolate City, Mothership Connection, and Let's Take It to the Stage albums. You don't want to miss any of that. And then we're going to follow that with a DJ party after the band plays. And then Sunday, we're going to get up to our worship stuff, maybe have some Circle of P time, and then everybody get on their way. So look, Get your tickets right now. It's a limited number. We're a smaller venue than we're used to at Bethesda Blues and Jazz Club, so don't wait around too long. $100 ticket for the whole weekend. It covers all the festivities for the weekend. Just one ticket, and then all you got to do is come, get your overnight room rate at the hotel, the Bethesda Hotel. The links are all everywhere on funketeersball.com. Just go there. It has the itinerary broken out of what's going to happen each day, and you can get your tickets. And we can't wait to see you guys in September. Dr. G, the funk continues, and we'll see you guys keeping the funk alive. Funketeers Ball 9.
Hey, yo, man, what time is it? You know what time it is, man. 2 a.m.? Yeah, man. Man, you know what? What's that? It's 8:46, bro. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, you know what time that is. Yeah, man. Nappy head. Yo. Funk Army. What's up? Stand up. Get it live, y'all. Yo, go drop that beat. You know what we gotta do. Yeah, man. We bringing this funk just for you. Repeat after me. Say, you don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. No. You don't have to be the best, you don't, just gotta outlast the rest. No, you don't. You don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. I'ma say that again for you. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Here we go, y'all. Now let me tell you a little story about United We Stand. It says we're gonna funk across this funkless land. We gon' stand up and let our voices be heard. We ain't gonna let nobody stop us from spreading the spiritual word. The ruthless corporate greedy don't give a damn about the needy. We need everybody in the house to join us on this one, all right? Y'all say, united we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Are y'all out there? You feeling it? United we stand. Come on, y'all. Divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Yeah. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. United we stand, divided we fall. Funkin' with the poor people most of all, as they poison our minds with food control. Third eye is wise, sacrifice. Wake up and see what they doing to you and me. Keeping a separate product of Illuminati, like the jail cell did my boss John Gotti. Dirty politics and high-priced prostitution reside in all the important positions. Just look around at the injustice in the world. Some forced to live in a deplorable conditions. Watch us, watch what we do. This rap is coming up just for you. So sit back, relax, check out our funk. Cause the nappy hip hop army always bumping in your drum. Twitter, tweet, TikTok. The ruthless corporate greedies don't give a damn about the needy. A movement, genocide and homicide is happening all around the world. Promise me this, promise me from the front seat, not on the grind TV. I'll see y'all next Saturday. Funketeers Ball. Don't forget, get your tickets now, all inclusive up at the Bethesda Hotel over there. And, it's going to be all that and then some. So we appreciate you guys, man. Love you guys. And I'll see all you guys next week. Peace.